So the self-proclaimed best Dragon Ball Saga main, GGD or God Gekidama, strikes again. Alright, so in today's video, what we're going to be doing is looking at the bootleg Ginyu Forces pre-crits that were released on Twitter. Okay, not the bootleg Ginyu Force, but you know, the Appule and Co members that were announced in the last video and stuff, you know, last week. We're going to be looking at the pre-kits that were released on Twitter, you know, all throughout last week and some of this week. So without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off with Appule, you know, the main, I would say the main character, but the one that most people know, right? Appule. What he does is he gets critical rate up for tag minion and damage up for tag allied Frieza Force or episode Frieza Saga Z. When this purple character switches into standby, his received damage cut lasts a long time, allowing him to outlast his opponents. So what he seems to be is a support type, which, you know, that makes sense, right? The team has to have a support type to be, you know, it'll make more sense to have a support type. So crit rate up for tag minion and damage up for tag allied Frieza Force. So when you run this guy on a Frieza Force, or when you run this guy on a Appule and Co team, or when you run this guy on the new team that's getting released, he'll be giving crit rate up and damage up to his allies. But if you just run him on a Frieza Force or Frieza Saga team, you're still getting damage up, which is still very good. It says you get that little extra buff for your attack minion. So that's cool. So he is purple. So on the Frieza Force, on the Frieza Saga team, we already have the purple Krillin. So I don't think he's gonna make that much of an impact there, because purple Krillin is also a good support. And on the Frieza Saga, we have Ultra Vegeta, which is a very good character, so for Frieza Saga, so I don't think he's going to replace him either. So for Frieza Saga, not so much, but you know, for Frieza Force and this specific team, he'll be good. All right, so that's Appule, right? Now, next character is Roberi. So he is an element red, and he has great potential as a defensive character for tag minion. With his main ability, he can heal his allies' health, making him a character who can support as well. All right, so he's a defense type and a red. Of course, you know, for the team that's going to be released, the free-to-play team, this is going to be good. But, you know, I'm trying to look at the bigger picture. So let's look at Frieza Force, doesn't really matter, but Frieza Saga, for a red, we have Ultra Goku, which is also a pretty decent red option. Well, other than him, you know, we have Zenkai 7, you know, OG red Super Saiyan Goku, which is not that good anymore. So, but he is a defensive type, which I can respect, and I think the Frieza Saga team, maybe if you don't want to run Ultra Goku, you can run this guy, because I'm assuming these guys are going to buy Frieza Saga as well as Frieza Force. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, I hope that's what it is, but maybe not. So, for a Frieza Saga team, he'd be a defensive type, which could be good, because the only defensive type they have on the team is the free-to-play Spur Bomb Goku, right? Zenkai 7 one. So he could be a defensive type on that team, but I think he'll work out well for this Appule and Co team that's going to get released, because you know, defense is a support, and he can heal on main. That's a useful ability. So yeah, that is Roberi. Now the next character is Orlin. So Orlin is a yellow element. Your Orlin is yellow element and has ton of offensive self-buffing effects. His special arts changes his blast arts to strikes, and he draws a special move arts with his main, which can be used after 5 timer counts, a center for Frieza Force. So he's definitely going to be one of your damage dealers, because of course he's a melee type. You know what? I mean, it doesn't directly say that, but it says that tons of offensive self-buffing effects, and then he changes his blast to strikes. Yeah, he's a melee type. So he draws a special move on main, which is kind of crazy, right? And you can pop the main after 5 timer counts. If you catch somebody in a tricky situation with him, you could pop that main in 5 timer counts and kill somebody in the right situation. I think you could do that, because maybe, I don't know how much damage he's going to do. I mean, he is an offensive type, so we don't know how much damage he's going to do, but he could put in some whole bunch of damage. He could. So yeah, he's going to be a melee type for Frieza Force, and I think this guy will also be good for Frieza Saga, because those 2 yellows that we have for Frieza Saga are the new it's a new LF full power Frieza and the free to play Super Saiyan Goku. and they're both range types. Well, this guy's a melee type, so I like that because you can actually run him, and that'll be useful to the team. Right, it won't just mesh with like, oh, well, it's another range type for Frieza Saga. You know, we have two other ones that are probably easier to level up, or maybe just better overall. So I like that personally. And you know, he has the Android 18 effect where, you know, change blaster strikes, so he could be a menace. He could really be a menace. So that is Orlan. Now we're gonna move on to my favorite ones, which is Ramon. I can't say, I don't know how exactly to pronounce his name, but whatever. His element is green. He's an easy to use ranged attacker that can mostly buff himself. With his main ability, he can increase his arts card draw speed, giving him a chance to attack in a fury. So, okay, Ramon. He is going to be good for Frieza Saga, right? Because the only green we have is that EX Super Saiyan Goku, right? Which is a support type. And he just came out on that new banner that not many people are going to summon him because they don't have crystals too, and it's also not the hypest banner. Especially since it's the fourth LF in like a month and a half. So I don't think people are going to summon on that banner seriously, and get him. But now we get this guy for Frieza Saga. I think he's going to be good, but also of course he's going to be good for the Appule team. Now we got a ranged attacker, we have a melee attacker, we have a support type and defense type. So we have all four types on the team now, which is definitely a good thing. So he can actually he gets quadra speed on main. That's gonna be nice. I wonder what his green card does. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not gonna play the video because I don't want the video to get like copyrighted. But he has the normal like green card animation. You know, he doesn't have like a special one. But you know, still I think this is gonna be good though. And there's a special reason why I'm actually excited for him, which I don't know if it's the greatest reason, but we'll get to that later. Alright, so the next character is Nabana, right? Or the last character, the fifth character. So he is an element blue, and when he enters the battlefield, if there's another tag Frieza Force battle member, all enemies get a 15% damage received, and he inflicts another 20% when he switches out. His special arts debuffs the enemy too. So Nabana seems to me to be another support type, right? Because you know, all these debuff effects, and then giving damage received, well, all these debuff effects, and then getting damage received, extra damage received when you swap out buffs. So yeah, he definitely seems like a support type. And then if you can see here, I don't want to play the video. This animation right here is actually his green card, right, where he scans the enemy and he actually debuffs the enemy. So yeah, he seems to be a support type. He's a blue, and I think for Frieza Saga he'll be good because for Frieza Saga he'll be good because if you want to run like a blue support type, like the main blues for Frieza Saga are defense types or range type. Because you have Namek Goku, you have Spirit Bomb Goku, and then you have the EX Frieza. If you want to run a blue for Frieza Saga. So this guy, you don't want to run those guys. You want to run a support type in your blue slot, you can do that now. So yeah, that's Nabana. So that's all 5 of the Frieza Force characters. Well, the Appule characters. I actually am quite excited. Unlike most people are like, oh man, you know, these guys are not hype at all. These guys are finna be trash. Oh my god. I want Zenkai Ginyu Force. Like, they can't. Come on now. I'm actually quite excited though. So, and now this is a bonus. We're gonna look at Ginyu Zenkai, Captain Ginyu Zenkai Awakening. So I'm not exactly sure what he does before. I don't really care enough to look it up. But let's see what extra stuff he does. So now Captain Ginyu Zenkai Awakening is coming. Boost his awakened arts with Zenkai Awakening. Plus, unlock all of his uniques to gain an attack buff, lower damage received, and health recovery mid-battle. Lead the Frieza and Ginyu forces to victory with Captain Ginyu. So, if I'm not mistaken, this Ginyu is a ranged? No range. He's a support type as well, and he's purple. So it's like, you know, I don't know, because now if we look at Frieza Saga, we have three support types for purple. Well, I guess for Frieza Force we only have 2, but still, you have Appule and this guy competing for a similar spot. and this guy was most likely the Ginyu was most likely going to be better because he's a Zenkai character. So I personally really don't know how I feel about that, but you know, that is what it is. So now let's just get on to this right quick. So here's some equipment that you're going to want to run. Like, of course, I'm assuming that these guys are going to be EXs, so you want to run that EX equipment. You know, the one that gives 25 to both defenses, 25 to both attacks, and health up to 12%. You're going to want to run that equipment on all these guys. Very good equip. And then also you have this Gua equip, which is also very, very good. I heard it's very hard to roll this equip, but if you're going to seriously run this team, you might want to try to invest in this equip because this is for EX Frieza Force. And as you can see, you get is for slot 2, strike defense, pure strike defense up to 7%, pure Frieza Force battle member, and blast damage, strike damage, I mean, up to 7% pure per Frieza Force battle member, and up to 7% blast damage inflicted per Frieza Force battle member. And these are pure attacks. So this is going to be a very good equip, but like I said earlier, I've heard that it's very hard to roll this equip. So I don't know if you don't already have it, I don't know if I would recommend you go for it unless you're seriously going to run this team. But hey, you know, you could though. But for me, I'm excited, especially for Ramon, because this equip, which is for Frieza Force Green, and I've been waiting for this equipment to be useful. This actually is very good for him because he does base blast attack up to 21.5%, special move up to 12.5%, and strike defense up to 15%. The slot 1 doesn't really matter, but the slot 2 and 3 are going to be very good for him. So especially since he gets card draw speed on main, I don't know what else he's going to have, and I know he's going to do a lot of blast damage. So this is a meaty buff right here. And so yeah, I actually have a Z of this equip, so I can actually put it on him and use it, so I'm quite excited for that. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it for this. Like, I'm recording this on Tuesday. As you can see on the bottom right of the screen, it says 7:20. Well, it's July 20th right now, so I'm recording this on Tuesday, the day before, well, yeah, the day before these guys come out and the EX Ginyu comes out, EX Ginyu Zenkai. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Like, this could be like I said, the bootleg Ginyu Force from first year. And I think these guys have definitely more potential to be better than the Super Warrior trio from second anniversary, because those are only 3 characters. This is 5. We got the whole color wheel now. You know, I think this is going to turn out very, very well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So with all that being said, I have got to get out of here.